How's it going, everybody? It's Clint from the Die Hard MMA podcast. This is UFC Vegas 259, most stacked card of the year. Me and my guest, Matt Holt, break the whole thing down from a betting perspective. Check it out at the link below. Head on over to odds.com. Give us a like while you're at it, and have a good week. Good luck on all your betting action. And we are talking Jan Blachowicz taking on Israel Adesanya, the style bender, taking on the man who carries the legendary Polish power. Matt, this fight breaks my heart. I have been on the Jan train for years. He was my dark horse. He was the guy in the division that I said could take the title from John Jones if he was given the right opportunity. I swore up and down that he would beat all the contenders at 205, and then he did the damn thing. And I've cashed in plus money tickets with him all along the way, and it's been a glorious ride. But I have also been backing Israel Adesanya. This guy is McGregor 2.0. Like, as special as anybody thought McGregor was, Israel Adesanya is more special. He's got these ridiculous height and reach advantages. The way his mind works is special. He makes some of the best in-fight adjustments I've ever seen from anybody in my life. Israel Adesanya is a guy that I think is going to be untouchable for quite some time. Jan impressed in his last fight, got a big knockout win, but I don't think Israel Adesanya is going to make the mistakes to open up that opportunity for him. Without getting too technical, with too nitty-gritty, I think that Israel Adesanya should be a minus 350, minus 400 favorite here, Matt. He's coming up a weight class, and he's still going to be the bigger, taller man. He's coming up in weight, and he's going to still have a height and reach advantage. He's taken on Jan, and the whole world seems to be on Jan because he's the current champion, the current title holder. People feel he's getting disrespected, but the time to bet Jan was a year ago, 2 years ago, not now. And now everyone's betting on him. That line is crashing. Everyone's putting dog money on Jan because they just saw what he did to Dom Reyes. And I got to tell you, I think it's going to come down to speed. Israel Adesanya is going to be too fast for Jan. And I've talked up and down about the hand speed of Jan Blachowicz. He's fast, he's accurate, and that's been the way he's been able to win his fights. I don't think that's going to work against Israel Adesanya, Matt.
No, and I wanted to lean to the over, but I saw that the over is starting to get juiced pretty good. 2.5, I think over minus 250, which is a little bit steep because let's face it, 5 out of the last 8 fights for Adesanya have gone the distance. And what a surprise. Those are the only 5 fights in his career to go the distance, yet 5 out of his last 8 have. When he wants to, he is content to sit back and pick you apart. He doesn't have to hurt you. He doesn't have to knock you out. And I could certainly see a situation where Blachowicz is just a foot slow on every step and is just getting picked apart, and there's no need for Adesanya to try to knock him out. My fear here is that he might try, because this is the first time in a while that this guy's trying to prove a point. And let's face it, I think because I can't see, because of the way the fight is going to be fought, I don't think Blachowicz is fast enough to get a takedown. It would have to be lucky against the fence. I think if for whatever reason they ended up in the ground on a scramble, advantage Blachowicz. He is going to be a big, strong guy who's really well equipped on the ground. But I don't think he's actually going to be able to take it there. So even though I liked the over at first, because Adesanya is going to try to prove a point, and because Blachowicz only has 2 ways to win, land a miracle right hand, or the fight ends up because of a scramble on the ground and he's able to lock in some weird submission, both of which are very rare, I think Adesanya trying to prove a point knocks him out, and I'm going to actually play under 2.5 rounds at plus 140.
I don't hate that look, Matt. I don't hate it at all. I think both men are going to try and prove a point. I think Jan is feeling himself right now. I think he's feeling better than anybody out there, and he's going to look to defend his title against this young whippersnapper coming up to take a second belt. And I think he's going to try to do what he did in his last fight. And realistically, that was a great knockout from Jan. His speed and his accuracy get it done more often than not. But the guys he's knocked out before that have all been extremely questionable in the durability area. He got guys like Corey Anderson. He got, Oh, shoot. I'm blanking. Who was the other guy that he knocked out? The guy Bisbing knocked out. I can't remember his name all of a sudden.
Luke Rockhold.
Luke Rockhold. Thank you. I hate when the
Yeah.
brain does that. So he knocked out two guys that just have no chin. And then he gets a good knockout over a young opponent who's still very green and made a couple of bad decisions in the fight. I think he's going to try and keep that going and come after Israel. And we know what Style Bender does best is take advantage of people when they try and come after him. I think he's going to be able to find the power shot. I think he's going to find the kill switch. And honestly, I think Jan might be too proud to grapple. I don't think he's even going to bother trying. But even if he does, Israel Adesanya is incredible at defending the takedown. I don't think he's going down. You can get Israel Adesanya inside the distance at plus 105. And I think that is a fine place to be. I don't think that Israel Adesanya is going to grind away on Jan. I think when we get to the championship rounds, he's just going to be too big, too strong, and especially with the way he strikes, he is so fast and he hits so hard, you can't take 25 minutes of that. Yeah. I fully expect Israel Adesanya to knock Jan Blachowicz out on Saturday.
I do as well. I think Jan's getting knocked out.
Well, I haven't bet it yet. Like I said, money is pouring in on Jan. That number is coming down. Jan just moved down to, oh, geez, it's coming in now. He's down to plus 170 in some places.
Wow.
Hey, if I can get under minus 200 for Israel Adesanya, I will absolutely back the truck up on that. He's minus 250 now. He's minus 230 now. And I find it odd with the amount of money coming in on Jan dropping from plus 210 to plus 270, but somehow Izzy's only gone from minus 250 to minus 230. Seems like the books don't mind holding that bigger chalky price on Israel Adesanya. It seems like they're trying to give people, dangle that little carrot out there on Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah, that's right. They know. And they'll get some plus money because he's the guy fighting the weight class up, the champion of a weight class up. So they'll continue to get money. But I think he gets KO'd big time here.